guys, so I'm not sure if everyone has heard, but even though the iPad 2 hasn't been officially announced for its release date, there's a variant that is supposedly rumored to be released in September, known as iPad 3 mini or an iPad variant. So, like I said, it's going to be released sometime in September, and it most likely will be similar to the iPad 2 because consumers would be pretty upset if an updated iPad was released so quickly after the iPad 2. So, some specs. It's going to be like an iPad 2 variant, so it's probably going to have a smaller screen, such as like 7 inches, probably sporting a Retina display like the iPhone 4. So it's going to have an amazing pixel density as far as tablets go. Well, where did I get my source? You're probably wondering before I continue. There's a guy named John Gruber. I'm sure a lot of you know who he is. He's a very famous blogger, and he mentions a bump up about a release date of an iPad 3, and he's known for having very accurate information on Apple. Probably one of the most accurate information on Apple that exists right now. So he said there's going to be a surprise this fall, and he accidentally released this in an actual announcement that he was releasing that wasn't specifically geared towards the iPad 3, but was about something else. So to continue, people went off with this story, and they discovered some other things. They discovered that it's most likely to be like an iPad mini. So like I said, a 7-inch variant, smaller. It's going to be a different form factor variant, obviously. This makes sense because it would really be ridiculous. They would not be able to put a Retina display on a 10-inch. People would not be able to afford it. It'd be too expensive. And it would be more expensive than even what the iPad was considered before. So I'm betting this is going to be something like $400, something that's within a range of people can actually afford to buy, cheaper than an iPad, hopefully smaller. Just a nice little variant then aside from the iPad 2. Now, a lot of you are thinking when Steve Jobs actually said something about this, and it was like he really didn't incline. He didn't really approve this. He said it was a bad idea publicly, but there's no reason that this shouldn't be released only because he said that, because this was something that consumers will buy. Could expect a lot of people to buy this. So let me give you some actual specs here that I speculated on that I think will probably be on here. So ton of speculation, obviously, like I was saying. But it's going to obviously compare the iPhone 4 because it's going to be a bigger screen. It's got to be affordable, and it's got to be better. We're going in the future here. We don't want to regress. So looking at something like 1.2 to 1 gigahertz processor, 5 to 8 megapixel rear camera, 720p to 1080p, video recording, playback, 1080p, 720p. I mean recording at the least, like I said there. So something like a rear camera 1.3 or 0.3. We can only pray that the iOS has flash at this time. I mean, about time, Apple. Something like a 64 gigabyte storage or 32 gigabyte. And like I said, there's plenty of Apple consumers who would buy this product. So if you have any more questions, I'm going to be trying to release some updates as soon as I know any more information. Keep in touch with me, subscribe, like, comment. Thanks guys, Owen here. Take it easy.